Dang it. Back. Back. Can everybody hear me? Back. Oh. Can everybody hear me? How's everybody doing? Can everybody hear me? I thought I had this thing set up in landscape, so my apologies if I look small on your screen. There we go. I thought I had this thing set up in landscape, so my apologies if I look small on your screen. Got some cool stuff to give away. We'll give everybody a few minutes to get into the chat. Got 6 different packages of stuff. If you hear the pitter patter of paws, that's just Luna. We'll give everybody a few minutes to get into the chat. Go. Got 6 different She's a knucklehead. Be right back, guys. The pitter patter of paws, that's just Luna. We'll give everybody a few minutes to get into the chat. Got 6 different She's a knucklehead. Be right back, guys.
Dog, go. Get out of here.
Awesome. Glad you can hear me. Don't really do live streams, so again, apologize that it's vertical. Rookie mistake. I went live and it won't let me change the orientation. Don't really do live streams. Let me see if I can hit this right here and change it. Apologize that it's vertical. Rookie mistake. Nope. I went live and it won't let me change the orientation. Don't really do live streams. Let me see if I can. All right, you don't want to mess with it. I don't want to risk. I don't want to risk cutting out on all you guys. How's everybody's weekend? I don't know if everybody likes football. I had to suffer through no Buckeyes and then had to watch the Browns literally blow up. How's everybody's weekend? I guess we don't have to worry about Deshaun Watson ruining our season anymore because he's done. No Buckeyes. I hate that for him though. Nobody should. Nobody should have to have their season ended with a ruptured Achilles tendon. That's pretty awful. I hate that for him though. I figure we're gonna have 6. We're gonna have 6 different items to give away, and I wasn't sure if 0 people would show up or 1,200 people would show up. Closer to 0, it's feeling like. We'll giveaway. Looks like it's about 7:35. We'll probably do the first giveaway at about 7:40ish, 7:42. So my goal is to be wrapped up by the time the Ravens and Buccaneers kick off, in case everybody's a Monday Night Football fan. And I'll probably stick around in the chat if people want to chat. If you guys have anything you want to throw out there, train related or really anything that's appropriate, I'll answer any questions or start whatever topics you care to start. And pardon me if I got to put my glasses on. Oh, well, thanks, Tesh. That Weaver 50-foot boxcar will be coming back into view here in a second. I actually was in one of the groups on Facebook, and somebody posted a picture of that actual car, one of the rail fan photo groups I'm in. and I was like, hey, I have that car. I think I'm gonna use that thing as a inspiration. So I took the real car and the photo, weathered them side by side, and it turned out pretty much just like the photo. That thing was beat down. It was looking pretty rough, pretty rough. I don't imagine it lasted too many more years on the rail after that photo was taken. But I appreciate it. I really enjoy weathering them. Seems like not as many people weather them in the whole scale world, especially the high rail world. But I come from HO and N, and the only reason we do O is because of this right here. You know, the older you get, the harder that stuff is to see. Oh, I have an echo? Okay. The only reason we do O is because of this right here. You know, the older you get, the harder that stuff is to see. Oh, I have an echo? I've got my iPad over here. Oh, I have an echo? Just in case I couldn't see the chat. Tell me now, if I just close my iPad, let me know if the echo went away. Hopefully it did. I couldn't see the chat. Tell me now, if I just close my iPad, let me know if the echo went away. Still echoing? That's weird. I wonder why. Tell me now, if I just close my iPad, let me know if the echo. Let me just take my iPad completely out of the room. Still echoing? That's weird. I wonder why. Tell me now, if I just close my iPad, let me know if the echo. Let me just take my iPad completely out of the room. Still echoing? That's weird. I wonder why. Tell me now, if I just close my iPad, let me know. Let me just take my iPad completely out of the room. Still echoing? How about now? Still echoing? Tell me now, if I just close all I got is my phone. I don't know where else the second audio signal will be coming from. Still echoing? How about now? Still echoing? Tell me now, if I just close all I got is my phone. Where else Glenn, right now, everything on the layout that you see going through the how about now? Still echoing? Wow, still echoing. Wow. Glenn, right now, everything on the layout hang tight. That you see going through the it's like it's on a loop. That's fantastic. I don't know how it would be echoing. I just have it running off my phone. All right, I turned the volume down on my phone. Okay, a lesson learned. Okay, cool. Yeah, everything on the layout that's running locomotive-wise right now is MTH. The train that's just about to come into view, that's, well, I should say it's Premier. It's Proto Sound 2 or 3. The lead SD70 right there is the previous Atlas Premier run of SD70s. The locomotive right behind it is an SD45 tunnel motor. That's PS2. I bought that from an auction. It was actually the MTH warehouse sale. That one and another locomotive I bought at the time came from Mr. Wolf's personal collection, which I thought was pretty cool. The other consist, which will come into view on the upper track there in a minute or two. That's a MTH PS3 gen set up front. That's one of Randy's locomotives. My brother, for folks that don't visit the channel often, my brother's Randy. And the second unit is a GP38-2. That's a PS2 unit. The third unit's just a little New York Central GP9. It's kind of a mongrel. It's a dummy unit. Started off life as a Rail King unit, but the fuel tank and the shell, I put a Premier shell and fuel tank on it, weathered it, so it's a little bit of both. The two lead units on that next consist, we have got some custom decals made. So those are actually our Lake Erie and Midwestern livery. which for some Ohio State fans, you think we wouldn't have chose blue and yellow, but that's what came on the market, and that's what I ended up doing. But it looks like we got about 28 folks in the chat, so why don't we go ahead and do our first giveaway. So the way this is going to work, I'm going to use poop. I need to get my iPad for the random picker, and I'll make sure I turn the volume all the way down. Hang tight. All right, tell me if this echoes again, because I might have to, I might have to start the giveaway and then walk away with my iPad to do it in another room to do the random pick. Hey, Jason, yeah, go Bucks, man, go Bucks. Hey, I appreciate it, Glenn. Boy, what's that last chat right there? Oh, they're going to do another run of 45. That's awesome, because I need a cotton belt. I really, really want to get a cotton belt in my... I got 4 of those, got 4 Southern Pacific tunnel motors, but none of them are cotton belts, so would really like to get one of those in there. And I've got the Canadian National, which in real life was a SD... They derated that to SD40-3, but still the 45 tunnel motor chassis and everything. And I got a Duluth Mesabi Iron Range tunnel motor. How big is the space? Yeah, so you're only seeing a little sniglet behind me. The layout's in my brother's basement. It's a work in progress. There's no rush. We got a long way to go. So it's a single main with on this main level that we've created so far. And there's some layout overview videos on the channel that you can go back and look at. There's a playlist called Layout Updates. But we have some different industries and stuff like that we'll eventually be able to switch out. But my brother's basement is about 38 feet long by about 25 feet wide. And it is split down the middle by a concrete structural wall. So the layout right now sits in a room that's about 12.5 feet by about 38 feet long. And we pretty much use this whole room. The main line that you see these trains going on right now is 1 scale mile in length. That wasn't by design. That was just random. It happened that way. But I like them to creep. They're creeping right now at 10 scale miles per hour. So takes them 6 minutes to make 1 lap. If I run them at 12, it takes 5 minutes. But we have an extension that we've built. There's kind of like a second area that's just bench work and some unwired track at this point. It's going to have some. There's going to be an oil. There's a oil petroleum refinery. There's going to be a warehouse facility, like a cold storage warehouse type facility, and there's going to be another little town over there. There's a spur that then goes down and underneath the existing layout, and we'll have another 1 mile of main line underneath the layout that will mimic this. This is like a folded dog bone. Think of like a U-shaped layout. And we'll have some hidden staging and stuff, so we don't always have to box and unbox our trains when we want to run them. Yeah, Cotton Belt in Phoenix would have been awesome. Hey, hello, Kawartha Central. Hello from Canada. Hey, we got the Canadian grain train going behind us. Walls are just a suggestion. Yeah, I've already talked to my brother about blowing out a little wall so we can move into the other half of the basement and just keep our storage and yard over there. Then we don't have to lose any running space. But hey, if I'm not echoing, that means I can keep the iPad in here with the volume turned down. Let me jump over real quick to the random generator. We got 33 people in the chat. Let's do the first giveaway. Tell me if it starts to echo again, and I'll kill the stream on the iPad and just go off my phone. Let me just get the, hey, thanks, Tom. I appreciate it. Hey, David. Thanks for joining the chat, man. Love your layout. Can't wait to see that steel mill finished up. Okay, if everybody that's in the chat, the first giveaway is going to be a Lake Erie in Midwestern t-shirt. I've got 2 different sizes, so if you're not an extra large or a large, maybe somebody you know or love could wear the Lake Erie Midwestern colors and logo with pride. I find that these run a little on the smallish side, but they're pretty comfortable t-shirts. So whoever wins this one, I'll just need to know if you want the large or the extra large, and that's what I'll send you. And for any of the winners, I'll reiterate this through the drawings. For any of the winners, if you go to the channel's homepage, my email is right on the homepage. I'll need you to send me, your contact and mailing information, preferably your phone number as well, so I can give you a quick buzz, just to make sure there's not some model railroad troll in here trying to steal everybody's winnings, which, I don't know, people are weird, man. There's a lot of weirdos out there. I wouldn't put it past anybody. But here's what I need everybody to do that's in the chat that wants to be a part of the drawing. There's no limit. Like, this is going to be a random, a program, random generation. So you please enter every single one of them unless you see something you just absolutely don't want. But the first one, anybody that wants to be in the drawing for the shirt, I need you to put hashtag shirt all together, no space. Hashtag shirt in the chat, and I'll give everybody a minute to do that. That's what the that's what the program's going to be looking for. It's going to be looking for that hashtag from everybody. Colorado and New Jersey, paints and powders. So for the weathering, I try to do a bunch of different techniques, and that I find A, it keeps them from looking too much the same, and B, it keeps me from getting bored. So sometimes when I weather, the one consistent across everything that I weather is I use Tester's dull coat almost exclusively to dull them down. But sometimes I really like to use oils. So if I'm doing something that's going to be rusty or have rust effects, I typically use oils for that. If I'm doing dirt and grime, fading, a lot of times I'll use acrylics. And I really like Mission Models acrylics. They flow really well through the airbrush. They thin out really well and they cover well. So you don't have to wear a mask or anything. They're acrylics. Powders, I don't use powders as much as I used to. Only because I find with powder, A, you don't have the control that you do with the paint and with the airbrush. But then when you dull coat it to lock it all in, you lose like 75% of what you put on there just disappears into the ether. Either gets blown off the model or it just kind of fades away. So I use the powders sparingly, but there's always a place for them. Okay, there's the dog. Stay away from the tripod. Go. All right, looks like we haven't gotten any more entries on the shirt. So let me pull this up. Let's do the random on the shirt here. Bear with me. Okay. So, hold on, my little random generator is giving me a hard time here. Okay, so my little tool is telling me it's going to take 6 minutes to fire up. So we'll chat for a little bit. I'll do the shirt drawing as soon as it's done doing this little countdown. So it has everybody that put the shirt in there. And then we'll immediately do the second drawing right after that. Fair enough on that. I've talked to people who use the powders more because they like how it gives the texture of soot. Yeah, I think... I know a lot of the guys that do weathering on YouTube that like to use powders. A lot of them won't seal them in after the fact because they looks pretty awesome when you're done using powders. But like I said, when you dull coat it in, it kind of makes the parties go away. Hey Jeff, I did not go to York. There's a train show every year that seems to be a week or two before York here in Cleveland called the Great Berea Train Show, and we go to that every year. And it's a pretty big train show. It's at the Cuyahoga County Fairgrounds, much like York. There's six different halls went into it. I'll tell you, this year I've gone to 3 train shows and I haven't come away with hardly anything. Made a video on it, kind of griping a little bit. I hate to be negative. Wasn't able to really find last year. Filled up the trunk of a Cadillac last year at that train show. So York's a pretty good drive for me. I went to Penn State. I'm an Ohio State fan, but I went to Penn State. So York is just an hour away from outside of State College. So I've been to the town of York many times, but never to the train show. I'd like to get there one year. Just have to be the right set of circumstances, and I need to feel like this. I'm kind of cheap, so I like the secondhand market. I buy a couple new pieces every year, but I like the used stuff. So let's see if this thing's done compiling your guys' comments. All right, saying about another minute and a half, and then I can do the random spin. Hopefully we won't have to wait that long for every one of these things. It did not tell me it takes this long. I tried it on an old chat, and it did it right away, but I guess it does live streams different, so apologize for that. Chris, yes, did go to Railfest at Lakeland back in March. Yeah, cool, Jeff. So my brother lives up here on the east side of Cleveland. I actually live in Columbus, but I come up to the layout every couple weeks. This is where I grew up. We grew up on the east side of Cleveland, the eastern suburbs. Oh, the power went out at York for 3 hours. Ugh. I hope that didn't create too many issues for everybody. Let's see how much time we got here. All right, guys, we're close on that one. Counting down, we got about 40 seconds left, and I can pick the winner. If I'd have known I had to do that, I'd have started this thing as soon as we started the chat. I guess it must be something with the live stream. It takes longer to... Maybe there's a delay. I don't know. I don't think I have a delay set up. But... Did anybody have any success at York? Did you find any good deals? You see anything cool? I saw Atlas is... I'm going tomorrow. I'm dropping by Stockyard Express on my way back down to Columbus, and I'm going to say hi to Clyde and put in my order for... one of the Atlas Master Alco C424s, the patched out Conrail version. That'll be the first Atlas Master with Protosound 3, which to me will be the best of both worlds. Appreciate it, Jeff. I get those from Joey. All my backdrops so far have come from Joey. We've got five total up. They kind of stop on the other side of the layout because I kind of do this side of the layout and Randy kind of does the other side of the layout. And Randy got a lot going on, so the layout's kind of a winter thing for him. During the summer, he's outside renovating cars and stuff like that. So. Okay, let's see if I can pick a winner here for the shirt. Boy. So what I'm going to do here, guys, we're going to do 2 drawings at once. In fact, because it looks like it's not grabbing everybody's chat comments in real time, and it looks like it's doing it every 4 minutes. And I know it didn't catch everybody's shirt hashtag. So what I'm going to do, we're going to do all this stuff. And it should, once I've seen that it's caught all the comments, I'll actually run the generator. I don't want anybody that put a comment in to miss out on the drawing. So why don't I pull over the second set of stuff. Oh, not going to get all the way in. So our second drawing that we're going to do in it, my bumper kind of stopped it short, so I apologize. The key word to put in the chat, it looks like it's going to make me wait 4 minutes for every drawing. So I'll do the random generators 4 minutes apart, but I can still show you guys what needs to go in there. The second keyword is going to be hashtag O, as in the letter O 27. Hashtag O, the letter O 27. So what we have here is some, I like this stuff for like a Christmas layout. So I've got an MTH Rail King 50-foot boxcar. It's a Merry Christmas boxcar. And I've got a Lionel 027 Western Maryland gondola with coal and a little die cast. This came from the K-Line Collectors Club. It's just a little S10. I don't know. It's like number 96. I don't know if it looks like some sort of like race car support team or something like that. So these will all come in one box. This will all be one lot. That's the 027 lot. I see everybody getting the 027 in there. Cool. And then I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the next group of items here. I got to move these out of the way. The dang generator's giving me a hard time. It's like only pulling up the stuff every 4 minutes. Well, it worked fine on a video that had, but I guess the live stream is a little bit different. I wasn't expecting that. It didn't say that would be the case. So the next items, guys, I'm going to show you our next one. So this, everything today besides the t-shirt is train related. Everything's O scale except for this next one. This is going to be HO. So hopefully we have some folks that are into HO. are in the layout. Their layouts are HO. So what I need you to do for that, for this third one, I'll show you here in a second what it is. It's hashtag Menards. So if you want to get in on an 027, and there's no limit, you can win all of these if you want to. First one was hashtag shirt. Second one is hashtag 027. This one is hashtag Menards. And that's going to be for some HO structures. Let me grab these. Need to move quick so I get you out of here before the football game starts. So the first one, and these two Menards structures are going to go together. They're going to get sent to you together. So it's for both of them. The one hashtag Menards, it's for both of them. All right, shirt 027. Now we're on Menards, and I haven't pulled the winners yet. So because of this goofy generator. First one is, and these are Menards Gold Line. These are pretty nice little structures. They have LED lighting. Pretty cool stuff. This is just a little kind of all-purpose building. A little loading dock up front. Some guys unloading whatever's going in or coming out of the warehouse. Pretty cool stuff. So that'll be the first one. You got some really nice detail, and these look like they're made. I know the O-scale items are made sort of like from a wood product. I've got the Vetter door and sash. We got the general purpose building up on the top. Those are like a press board. These look like they're plastic, but I've never opened them, so I don't know for sure. I had no reason to open them because I don't do HO, so they're still sealed in the original container. Second one, this one's pretty cool. Also Menards Gold Line. This is the cabinet facility. Pretty cool little building. Same deal. It's got LED lights and whatnot. It's like a cabinet manufacturing plant. Little drive-up area, loading dock. Some pretty cool stuff. So if you want in on the HO Menards, that's just hashtag Menards. And again, if you're late to the chat and you're just hearing this, if I call you out as a winner, I need you to go to the channel's homepage and look and send me an email with your contact information, phone number, mailing address, obviously your name, because names and usernames on the chat probably are going to be different. So let me see if it'll let me retrieve these comments for the shirt first before I go to the fourth item. Well, seems like it's doing everything but pick the darn winner. Alrighty, guys. If I have to do this random pick after the fact, you'll have to beg my pardon, but I'll make sure we get these picked. I don't know why this thing's not working. I even tested it out 3 days ago and it worked just fine. Anyway, let's move to the fourth item. I will reach out to everybody. It's gonna, if I can't get this thing to work, it's gonna turn this into a video, and I'll make an actual video of me selecting the winners if it gives me this hard of a time. I've been thinking about doing this for like 9 months, and then on the day of the pick, the random number generator doesn't want to work for me. I'll get it to work. I'll figure it out. I studied nuclear engineering in college. You'd think that I'd be able to make a flipping random number generator work. Yeah, it's because of technology, right? It's because of old man brain. I tested it out a couple days ago. It worked just fine, but I figured that an old video, the chat in the video, I didn't think the live stream would be different. I must be setting up something wrong. Anyway, next item. The train's rolling past. It gives me the ability to pull it in here, so let me get that guy pulled over. All right, this next one, hopefully everything's coming into view. Let me change these around here a little bit. We've got a Weaver 50-foot ribside boxcar, brand new. That's from Randy, and this is a K-line by Lionel, so this must have been right after the bankruptcy. This is a K-line by Lionel, Montana Rail Link. It's probably semi-scale, but I run these guys on my trains. We've got a set of New York Norfolk Southern tankers down here that are the same exact size. So I don't mind running these guys with the scale size stuff. It's not like a big, 18,000 gallon Trinity or anything like that, but they look real good. It's got nice detail. You got the air hoses on the ends of the couplers and whatnot. So the keyword for this guy, or for this pair, is going to be hashtag box tank, all one word. Hashtag box tank. That'll be for the Weaver 50-footer and the K-line tanker car, Montana Rail Link. Box tank. What's our time looking like? 8:10. Oh God, we're getting close to kickoff. Let me move these guys over. We'll get the next one. We got 2 more giveaways. And the timing's working out to be pretty much perfect with these trains, so. All right, so the next, watching in Toronto, yes, I do realize I'm broadcasting vertical. Please pardon my newbie. I set this up like 3 or 4 days ago, and I must have locked it into the vertical aspect. When I started the stream, it was like, hey, doofus, you're on landscape, and you need to be vertical because that's how you set it up. So the next time we do it, we'll flip it around so I don't look like such a numpty. So the next one we're going to do, guys, is this set of matched coal porters, Baltimore and Ohio coal porters, 3 separate road numbers. This looks exactly like Weaver tooling to me. That I got them in unmarked boxes, so they're either Weaver or possibly like that old Quality Craft, but everything screams Weaver on them. Real nice. 2B hoppers. If you have any of the Weaver removable coal loads, they fit right inside of these, or you can make your own. But real nice coal hoppers, a nice set, especially if you model B&O chassis, anything like that. So the last drawing was going to be for the box car and the tank car. That's box tank, and I'll give all of these at the end of the chat again, because I don't have any faith in this random number generator. I might have to pull all of these from once this becomes an actual video. So these guys, so just to reiterate, first one was for this shirt. Second one was hashtag 027. Third one was hashtag Menards. Those are for the HO, the pair of HO structures. Fourth one is hashtag box tank. That's for the Weaver 50 footer and the K-line tank car. This one, we are going to go with hashtag coal. Hashtag coal. C-O-A-L. They're coal cars. So that'll be the next drawing that we do. We'll get those coal cars in there. Let me get these guys out of the way. These guys are really cool. They're real nice. They're not super heavy, so if you like to run a really long coal drag, you can put these towards the back of the train. They don't really make the locomotives work too hard. You don't have to worry about string line and stuff up at the front of your trains, which is why I always put my Weaver stuff towards the back of the train, because it's so light. You don't have to worry about, losing a train. All right, for the next one, I need to make some quick adjustments with the controller here, and then we'll be done with we'll be done getting the entries for the drawing. So anybody that wants to watch the football game can bail. If you're a Ravens fan. I'm gonna move these guys out a little bit here. I just got to bring this other train around. So I can get this final drawing. I think you guys are gonna like this one. It's been rolling past you now for the whole stream. I like to think that the Ravens aren't the old Browns, but essentially, yeah, that's what they are. Art Modell kind of stabbed the fans of Cleveland in the heart, took the team to Baltimore, and then won a Super Bowl, won a couple of Super Bowls with the Browns, just with a different logo. Let me pull this train around, guys, in my vertical window. I thought I had this all figured out. Maybe I shouldn't have given away a bunch of stuff in my first live stream. Then I wouldn't look like such a tool. All right, let's see if we can pull this into view here. Let me just stop the other train so I don't have major accident here. We'll just kind of, there we go. So the final drawing is going to be for this guy right here. If you weren't in the chat at the beginning, one of you guys asked about the locomotives on the layout. This is an MTH GP9. And they're going to talk to us. It's an MTH GP9 New York Central livery. This one's pretty cool. I'm gonna pull it off. Maybe I can show you guys some of the stuff I did. So this one's very lightly weathered. Started off life as a Rail King locomotive, Rail King dummy locomotive. But I did paint the MU hoses up front so they don't look like part of the pilot. So I got those guys painted. I added an MTH Premier fuel tank. So I took the Rail King tank off, put the MTH Premier tank on, and then this shell is actually MTH Premier. So I removed this was a New York Central Jeep, but it was Rail King, less detail. So this has the Premier shell on it. So the see-through vents, the turning fans, separately applied grab irons. It looks really nice. It looks really, really nice. I just thought this would be a nice one to give away to one of you guys for supporting the channel. Whether you've been here from day one, which we started to lay out about this time 3 years ago, or if you just joined today, I appreciate it either way. But we'll get that on there for you guys. And the hashtag for this one is going to be pretty simple. It's going to just be hashtag Loco. L-O-C-O. Hashtag Local. Like locomotive. Colorado, New Jersey. The grade percent. So on this side of the layout, I would say the average grade on this side of the layout, coming down from this level right here down to this level, it's about 3%. On the other side of the layout that Randy works on, we've got more length. I'd say we've got at least 10 feet more. So it's the same rise, but it's a much 10 or 12 feet longer. So I'd say that's somewhere between 2, maybe in parts 2.5. Randy was a little bit more precise when he did his side. I kind of slapped mine together because I was just eager to get trains running. So even though I have the engineering background, Randy's got the contractor background, and he's a little more adept at that stuff. Is that O gauge? It's huge, or you have small hands? I run British stuff. I'm actually 6'4", and I weigh 235 pounds. Been able to palm a basketball since I was in like 6th grade, so I don't have small hands. But yeah, that's O. That's American 148 scale for you right there. I don't know. Maybe my ex-wife thought I had small hands. Maybe that's why I'm divorced. Who knows for sure? Yeah, at 3%, I will say this. So the Canadian Pacific train that I have running, with that SD70 and that SD45 tunnel motor, those would have no problem pulling 30-ish, 35 cars. What you tend to run into when you have grades like this is not really the locomotives, because I can just keep putting them on there. And sometimes I run a DPU at the back of the train, primarily to keep the couplers from letting go. I don't find that MTH couplers give me a hard time. The Weaver couplers are kind of crappy. That's why, again, I put those at the back of the train so they don't have any weight behind them. Lionel can be hit or miss. Some of them are really good. Some of them right out of the box don't even want to stay shut. So, Patrick, the layout's my brother and I, and this is the basement of his house. That's why you use KDs. Yeah. If I could go back and do it all over again, I'd like to think I wouldn't be one of those 2-rail O-gauge snobs. There's some of the guys that do O-gauge 2-rail, O-scale 2-rail, they could be really spiteful towards us high railers, because they don't like that third rail running down the middle of our big lobster claw couplers, and I get it. But when you pay $75 to $125 for a freight car, and then you got to drop another $40 on scale wheel sets and couplers, it gets really expensive really quick. You know, some of the brands like Atlas, they'll give you the scale couplers when you buy them new, but I don't know. I got too much stuff that I'm pot committed. That's why I use Fast Track. I had so much Fast Track when we started the layout. If I started over, I wouldn't use Fast Track, but I had so much of it. The thought of selling it and, kind of taking that financial hit on all the track didn't appeal to me. So we just run with Fast Track. It's got its limitations for sure, but we make it work. All right, Charlie. Cool. Will everybody get? I'm gonna give you guys all of these. I'm gonna see one time real quick if it'll let me make a random drawing. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to do this post stream, and I'll reach out to what I'll do if I can't do the drawings right now. I will actually comment under your name in this stream when it becomes a video, so you know you won. But let me try it again. I don't have a whole lot of confidence in this thing for some reason, but okay, it looks like it's actually working finally. Okay, so the winner of the shirt is Sparky 107. Are you in the chat still, Sparky? Sparky 107. You won the shirt. I might have lost him to. Hey, there you go. All right, Sparky. Make sure you send me an email with your contact info, and I'm gonna need to know if you want large or extra large for the shirt. All right. Let me see if we can keep getting lucky here. So the next one is the 027, the Christmas box car, and the gondola with the little die-cast truck. Let me see if it'll let me do that one. Okay, it's letting me do the 027. 027, it is Randy's Rock and Roll Railroad. Randy's Rock and Roll Railroad won our 027 gift pack there. The Merry Christmas box car, the Rail King 50-footer, and the K-Line tanker with the little die-cast pickup. So Randy, if you are still in the stream, please acknowledge. Otherwise, I'll leave you a comment here, and hopefully you see it. Is Randy out there in the ether still, or did we lose him? Randy's Rock and Roll Railroad. I recognize that username from comments from other videos on the channel, so I'll probably make a video with all the winners just to be safe so everybody sees it. All right, let me see if it's got enough to do the third one, which would be our Menards HO structures. Randy Luganbill for the Menards HO structures. So Randy Luganbill, not Randy's Rock and Roll Railroad. He was the 027. Randy Luganbill is for the Menards structures. Cool, Patrick. If this are Partick Hill Station. Well, if that's the first time you've joined us, welcome aboard. I love having you. Hey, Randy, cool. So, Randy, you're the winner of the Menards structure. So make sure you send me an email with all your contact info, mail-in info, and whatnot, so I can get those out to you, my friend. All right, we're on a roll here. This thing has quite the delay, but it seems like it's letting me pick them. So the next one is going to be for our 50-foot Weaver box car and the K-Line Montana Rail Link tanker car. That was the box tank. Hashtag. Bear with me, guys. Just want to make sure we don't forget this. So we got Sparky. We got Randy's Rock and Roll. And we got Randy Luganbill. Okay, so this is going to be box tank. This is the 50-footer and the tank car. Let's see what we get. All right, crazy old vet. Still in the chat, vet? All of us veterans are crazy, right? I was in the Navy. Randy was in the Army, so we're crazy old vet. Play with trains. Crazy old vet. You won the 50-foot box car and the tanker. All right, buddy. Cool. Make sure you send me an email so we can get that out to you. I'm heading back down to Columbus tomorrow, so I'll get this stuff boxed up tomorrow evening, and I live 2 minutes from the post office. I'll get this stuff out on Wednesday. All right, let's see. We're on a roll here. It's letting me pick all these, so now we're going to see if we can get those coal hoppers. That was hashtag coal. All right, hashtag coal for the trio of Baltimore and Ohio coal hoppers. Okay, for the coal hoppers, Miller 3333. Hey man, yeah, Dave, it's fun, man. It really is. When we started the layout and started the channel, this was something I wanted to do, and I wanted to definitely, and we'll do this again. I think probably the next, I don't know, what did you say? The next milestones, maybe 2,500 or 5,000. I don't know. We'll figure it out. See how fast it goes. But all right, Miller, you're welcome, man. I appreciate you joining us. We'll make sure you send me an email with all your contact info. I'll get you those sent out. And like I said, if you run coal, they're easy to make the coal loads for. But if you do happen to find any of the Weaver removable coal loads, those will fit right in because I got them and they fit. So cool. All right, now we're cooking with grease. Well, anybody, I wanted to get you out before the game started, so I know kickoff has probably occurred for the football fans. Okay, so the last drawing is going to be for the Jeep sitting right behind me. Let's see who the lucky winner is. Longtime channel visitor Dell Hudson. Dell Hudson. Have had many comments and exchanges with Dell. Dell Hudson. Still in the chat, Dell? Oh, it's already 7-0 Tampa Bay with Baker Mayfield at the helm, right? Of course, because that's how Cleveland sports work. Oh, wow, you have people from Europe when you did a giveaway. That's awesome. Well, I don't know if Dell is still with us, but I will send Dell a message. I'll leave him a comment, actually, so he sees that he was the winner for the Loco. Ah, Dell, there you are, buddy. Okay, awesome. Well, make sure you send me your contact info, Dell, mailing address and everything. We'll get that sent out to you. Hey, James Melchin. No, been with us since early on when the stream, when the channel started. So really appreciate you visiting with us. Hey, I'm gonna get the trains moving again. I'm gonna put some of this stuff over on the other table. If anybody wants to, I'll keep the stream up for another 15-20 minutes. Randy's working on a project over on the workbench, so I know he probably wants to play music, and the dog's liable to come through here and knock everything over with her tail. But if anybody wants to just chat trains or talk trains or wants to see any parts of the layout, I'll get this stuff moved. And if you have questions for me, hey, you're welcome, Sparky. Glad you won something. I wish I could give everybody that was in the stream something, man. Who knows? Maybe on my deathbed, I'll have a full layout giveaway or something like that, right? Make everybody else happy. I know my daughter will want no part of this layout. She has zero interest in it. And Randy's got 3 kids, and they don't want anything to do with it. We're just 2 weird old men down in the basement playing with trains like we have since we were little kids. So, how you doing, Becky? All right, let me get these trains moving again, and then I'm going to get this stuff out of the way. And everybody that wants to stick around and chat, I'll stick around for 10 or 15 minutes. I'm glad our random generator thing started working finally. We'll run them a little quicker now that I don't have to be sliding stuff over. If there's anything that anybody would like to see run, I probably have it. If you want to see something Lionel. I don't really want to pull anything Atlas Master out of the box. It's a pain in the neck, if you know what I mean. They're unboxing that stuff is like, it's like moving around the crown jewels, you know. Hey, appreciate it, Jeff. Appreciate you coming by and spending some time with us. Yeah, Glenn, exactly, right? Never grow up. Let me get this stuff out of the way so I can get it all boxed up after the stream's over. Hey, get away from there, dog. Get lost. Go. If anybody try the free version of StreamYard for live broadcasting, I will look into that. I'd like to do more live streams. I find myself down here running trains and stuff, and it's like, you know, I don't know that people necessarily want to see me working on the layout. That'd probably be pretty tricky because we typically have to go up. You know, I'm 6'4", and the next area that I'm going to really kind of put a lot of time into is our upper level, which is probably darn close to 5 feet off the ground, and it's kind of back a little bit. So I've got to get up on a ladder, and you're not gonna, who wants to be looking at my backside the whole time? That wouldn't be any fun. What do you guys that are still in the chat, what do you guys, does everybody have O-scale layouts, or what are you guys running? Any N-gaugers or HO guys or G-gaugers? Or I went and visited a live steam layout, well, club, not a layout. When we got was that Saturday, Rand? Yeah, Saturday. We went to 7.5-inch live steam club, and that was awesome. You like those Canadian? Yeah. So I'm not sure if you're talking about the cylindrical hoppers. The 6 Canadian National 40-foot box cars are actually 40-foot grain box cars that I made. Well, 5 of them I made. The final one in that consist is an MTH unit, but I have 2 more that I'm working on, so I'll have 8 altogether. All right, working on the Tennessee Pass. All right. Love Rio Grande. Rio Grande's one of my favorites. Southern Pacific and Rio Grande. Got a bunch of Rio Grande. It's really tough to do something like this. I suppose I could have shortened the trains, and with only a single main line, I got to kind of run them right behind each other or something like this. So if I had a dual main line, I could have had a little bit more going on. I know Jason's O-Gauge Trains, JD Stucks, when he does his live streams, he's got about, man, his whole basement's got trains running. He got like 5, 6, 7 trains going. It's awesome. Double O, okay. Yeah, we don't have double O over here. That's one. Is double O? It's not quite HO, right? It's a little bit bigger than HO, isn't it? It's kind of in between S and HO, isn't it? Am I wrong? I know there's European O scale, which is 1/43rd. Got an 8x12 O gauge layout, and you're trying to do some narrow gauge stuff. Cool. Had an 8x10 L shaped layout. Going to go a little smaller. Randy's held on to our N scale roots from when we were kids. When we had a 4x8 N scale layout in our bedroom, and he's still got a bunch of N scale stuff, and he is adamant that he is going to set up an N scale switching layout at some point here, probably in the other part of the basement. 1/76 scale. Okay, I knew it was a little bit bigger than HO. That's what. What's that gentleman over there on the other side of the pond that has the incredible double O layout? Everard Junction. I love watching his layout stuff. That layout is really, really cool. Yeah. So that's why we put the grade in. I love having mid-train and end-of-train DPUs. It's really cool to watch them go by. And our lower level, when we do build that'll be flat. So I've got some older Atlas Master stuff that's got TMCC but no cruise, no Odyssey. So I'd like to run that on the flat track, because you can't. It's no fun to sit here and constantly move the throttle back and forth. I mean, that was fun when you're 6 or 7, but now when you're an old man like me, I like to just set them and forget them. Something about Gargraves there. I run. Oh, you run Super O. Okay. Yeah, the Super O stuff. That track looks really cool. Any Erie Lackawanna motive power. So check it out. I don't know, Jeff, if you were in the stream right when I was getting going. Atlas announced a year and a half ago that they were going to, after that run of F units in their Master Series, that every subsequent Master Series run would be offered with Protosound 3. And so they just debuted their first Protosound 3 offering in Master Series at York and in this most recent catalog. And there is a Erie Lackawanna Conrail patch out, Alco 424. And so on my way home to Columbus tomorrow, I'm swinging by Stockyard Express, and I'm going to do a little business with Clyde, but I'm going to get on a list to get one of those. So that will be my first dedicated Erie Lackawanna locomotive in the collection. Yeah, that U-24. Yep, exactly. Yeah, so I thought it was cool. They're doing regular Erie Lackawanna 2 numbers, and then they're doing 2 road numbers in the Erie Lackawanna with the Conrail patch out, which is pretty cool, because I got a couple project locomotives that I'm converting to Conrail patch outs. I've got an Atlas Master SD35. It's Jersey Central. I'm going to Conrail patch that, and I've got a Lionel TMCC SD40 Jersey Central that I bought planning to patch out over to Conrail. It's the Red Baron though, and when I got it, it's a little too nice. I think I'm going to leave it alone. Yeah. So you see Everard Junction, yeah. Okay, you got a couple guys in Ohio who have a channel called Double O Model Rail. I have to look at that. I didn't know anybody over here did Double O. But I guess somebody's got to buy up all those 143 die casts for their layout, right? Okay, cool, Randy. Yeah, awesome, brother. Just send me an email and everything with your contact information. We'll get that sent out to you. Randy, you won the 027. Okay, you won the Christmas box car, the gondola, and the K-line piece of die cast. Awesome. Thanks for visiting with us, man. I appreciate it. I recognize the username. Okay, cool. Yeah, Jeff. I thought that was pretty cool. I tell you what, they also had the Cuyahoga Valley Scenic Railroad, which is a local scenic railroad here. It runs between Akron and Peninsula, Ohio. And I thought it'd be really cool to have a little excursion train run around the layout and have it be literally our local excursion train. They're exclusively Alco on the Cuyahoga Valley FAs. They have FAs and they have those. They have that C424. I think they got 4 locomotives, if I'm not mistaken. But I just can't justify $600 to run an excursion train once a year or something. Oh, James, those winter layouts look great. I love seeing the Allagash, the HO Allagash Railroad. That's one of the reasons why I run these things so slow. And actually, this is probably fast for what runs on the Allagash. He runs that stuff really slow. Yeah, I bet sending that stuff across the pond. I've had good luck with postage, both with UPS, FedEx, and the post office, but I don't know, send it overseas would worry me. Hey, Michael, thanks for joining us. Not sure if you were in on the giveaway items, but either way, I appreciate you joining us. We are right outside of Cleveland. We're on the near eastern suburbs of Cleveland, in Lake County, Ohio, right on Ohio's beautiful north coast. Yes, James, I plan on this time of the year. The weather's just about perfect. I'm divorced and I have a young daughter, and she's been like banging on me to go fishing all summer, and I haven't taken her fishing. So this next trip up, I'm gonna bring her up here. We're gonna go fishing, and I figured I'd surprise her, take her and my stepmother on the Cuyahoga Valley, and take a run down. It's pretty cool because you can take it down and you can come back on different times. You can get off the train, go eat breakfast or brunch or whatever. It's pretty cool stuff. Michael, this is 1/48. This is O scale. Everything I run is O scale. It's a 3-rail O scale layout. Randy, if you go to the channel's homepage, the contact information's right on there. I don't want to quote it wrong because I don't send out emails from it too often, and when I open them, I just kind of click into them. But golly, I don't want to quote it and tell you the wrong thing. Look it up on the channel's homepage. It's right up there at the contact information. You grew up in Menor. Chris, I'm from Menor. I grew up in Menor on the Lake. Pinehurst Drive, brother. Right down the street from Lake Elementary. 7 houses down. Hey, Joshua, yes sir. Not sure if you made it into the live stream for the giveaway, but yeah, I got the caboose kit that you sent me, and I painted that little NC5 caboose into our railroad's livery. All right, yeah, definitely a lot of cool HO stuff. A lot of cool HO modelers here in the Cleveland area. Yeah, Randy, I saw that. They're doing a Cuyahoga Valley PA. Really? I did not know that. I saw that they had the Erie Lackawanna and everything. That's interesting because Cuyahoga Valley doesn't have a PA. They have an FA. They've got FAs. That'd be cool. Becky, have I bought any Menards? So we have Menard structures on the layout. We have the Vetter sash and door facility. We've got the general, just like general business facility, and we have the American Materials cement facility. I did, when I got into O, I bought like 10 or 12 of the Menards, just 027 flat cars, and I bought a 6-pack of the hoppers. I've since sold those because I only run scale items now. So, hey, no problem if you got to get going. I appreciate you joining with us, Pardick Hill Station. You've been doing it for 15 years. Awesome. Well, once it's in your blood, it never goes away. I'll tell you that much. Randy and I got our first layout when we were 5 and 6 years old, respectively, and I'm about to turn 54. So it's been almost 48 years for me. It'll be 48 years this Christmas that we've been doing trains. There you go, 48 years. I answered your question as you were typing it. You have the 6-pack of coal hoppers. Yeah, cool. Mine were just the covered hoppers, not the coal hoppers. And I bought some different road names. Yeah, the Menard stuff is pretty cool, especially if you do, the semi-scale. I really do like their buildings. I weather them, and I find that once you've weathered them, they really do look nice. LED lighting, and they always have something that kind of moves, like the Vettersashen door has a little exhaust fan that turns. Really cool stuff. Oh, you're the one that bought. Okay. Well, there you go, Josh. That shows you how much I can remember. You're the one that bought those Menards hoppers from me. Yeah, those are covered hoppers. But yeah, those things were great. I ran those. If you go all the way back to the very first video that I did, I think it was, I want to say 2000. It was Christmas of 2016. So about 8 years ago. It was just my Christmas layout in my living room at the time. When I was married, and our daughter was not quite 2, and she went berserk with the trains in the Christmas time. And I had my employees come over for a night that had kids, and they came over and we ran the trains, and they just had a blast. And it's really cool to see the reaction they get, that they elicit from the kids. Well, I tell you what, my niece just got back from working out, and she usually hits the sack pretty early because she gets going in the early morning for work, and my voice is very bassy and it tends to carry. Is that NS tank? No, these we actually have. This is a 6-pack. These are MTH tankers. These are Rail King tank cars. They came in a 6-pack, and I don't know which one has it, but one of them has the flashing end of train device on it. I don't typically run cabooses. Now, Randy loves cabooses, and 2 of the cabooses in our collection are mine, and I think the other 10 or 15 are all Randy's. I like end of train devices. But we've got the Lake Erie Midwestern caboose on the back of our little local today, being pulled behind the Lake Erie Midwestern Genset and GP38-2 that are just about to come into view. Anything else, guys, that you guys want to talk about? I'm not as well versed at the live streaming like SMT Mainline and those guys that get all these massive streams with hundreds of people in them. What power system? So we have 2 Z4000s that we use for track power and accessory power. So it's kind of a long answer to that. Right now I only have 1 Z4000 and 1 TIU hooked up. But when we build our lower level, our lower level will mirror the main level, except it won't have any grade. It'll be flat. Then the second Z4000 will get hooked up, and the second TIU will get hooked up. We also have I have a WIU, so I can use my phone to run the trains if I don't want to use a controller. I kind of prefer the controller. I like the controller, probably because I'm an old man. We also have a TMCC command base, so I can run my Legacy and TMCC and my Atlas Master with TMCC locos. Yeah. So Menards is, I think they're headquartered out of Wisconsin. So they're pretty much in the, in the Midwest, in the upper Midwest. Uh, but I'm sure they're expanding over time. It's pretty cool that they've, gotten into the train business. It's nice to see a large kind of another player. The more competition, the better it is for us as consumers. Yeah, the Z1000 is nice for a, if you just want to run like one or two locomotives, Z1000 is pretty nice. Once you start, our layout's pretty big, so as big as it is now, one Z4000 runs half the layout, and then as we expand further, as we plan to, the second Z4000, so we'll have 4 track transformers and 4 accessory transformers from those Z4000s, and then there'll be some small, wall plug-in type transformers for some of the specific accessories like the Menards units and stuff like that. Yeah, Tom, they do. They usually start bringing it out about this time of the year. If you ever do get into a Menards, pretty much from like the end of January up through like August, September, all the train stuff is usually upstairs, and they won't have a lot of inventory. They ramp up on the inventory as the holidays approach. So yeah, Blue Nami. So, I think Blue Nami is awesome, and I'm wondering at what point somebody is going to create a relationship with them. Blue Nami came about, if you go way back several years, from Blue Rail. So the developers of Blue Rail got bought out or whatnot by Tsunami, and it became Blue Nami. But yeah, those are pretty awesome. Now they want to run on DC, so our track is AC power. So if you want to run Blue Nami, you've got to convert that AC track signal to a DC unit with a buck converter. But boy, their sound sets and all that functionality and adjustability looks incredible. Yeah, Aerofish. So I've been in trains my whole life, and I did N scale and HO. And when I really kind of went full bore, got back into trains, I jumped to O because my daughter was not quite 2 at the time, and I figured for a holiday layout, which became this, but for a holiday layout, she wouldn't break the O scale stuff. And I bought a PS1 SD60 and turned it on the first time and fried it because I didn't know about batteries and BCRs and all that stuff. So, I think out of the box, so the legacy, if you're going to do Lionel stuff, the base 3 is out and it's readily available and it can be run from your phone. The MTH combo TIU should be out before the end of the year. They had them at York, but I won't be buying one. I just don't need it. I got 2 standard TIUs. I have a WIU, and I've got multiple controllers. So yeah, bridge rectifier. Yep. Okay, you've done 2. Awesome. Yeah, the sound and controls look incredible. That's always one nice thing about MTH is I've reflashed several of my locomotives with MTH. I've even done some custom sound files, which is really pretty cool that you can do that. You can't do that with Lionel. You literally have to replace the chip to get different sounds. Now, the newer legacy stuff has some different sound options baked in. You can change horns and bells and stuff like that. But I do like some of the functionality of the DCS MTH sound sets. Now, that being said, I do think Lionel's sound nicer overall. But I'd say 80%, 75-80% of our locomotives are MTH. Able to set up a loop and switch and run. Yeah, hey, I mean, listen, if you only have room or only have the means to set up a loop of track and run it in a circle on your bedroom or living room floor, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong. That's the beautiful thing. MTH real tracks or fast track. It's meant to go over carpet, so it's super easy to hook that up, set your trains up. It takes 10 minutes to set up a loop of track, run with it. Hey, all right, Double Tube. Well, I appreciate you joining us, my friend. Look forward to chatting with you in future videos and stuff. All right, I got messages coming across from some of these winners of the drawing. I really enjoyed that, guys. Well, hey, it's almost 9 o'clock. The second NFL game's about to kick off, and I'm going to go get my football fix on. I like to watch everybody else's winning teams. Might watch our former Browns quarterback probably win another game. Oh, you have the MTH scale tracks. That's good stuff. Scale tracks a little harder to come by. Oh, yeah. Hey, I remember that. You know the funny thing about that, Double Tube? I might take you up on that ES44 because I do not own any Lionel Gevos or ES44s or anything like that. All my Lionel stuff is EMD. So I also have a friend local to me in Columbus that has a large collection. And I'm sure I could borrow some of his stuff too. So I'm going to ask him at some point, because I don't want you shipping your stuff over to me. I'd feel so horrible if it broke in the mail. But I actually looked at that comment today because I'm getting ready to do a Jeep review, Atlas, Lionel, and MTH. And then after that, I actually do want to do a Gevo review, just like I did that SD40 review. Oh yeah, hey, great. All about the weathering, man. I've got a Conrail Alco that at some point I got to get on the layout. It's pretty beat down. Sadly, just like they were in real life, those things did not get much love from Conrail. They all got pretty much retired by the early 80s. All right, cool, awesome. Well, you need to send me a pic of it. I love seeing I'm a member of so many Facebook groups for weathering and stuff like that. I love all that stuff. Yeah, Glenn, I think by and large MTH, and it's good that they're still around, but I think their price points kind of kept Lionel a little bit in check from getting a little too out of hand. Now, obviously, the Vision Line stuff is... I had a Vision Line Challenger for a while, but I sold it because, sadly, we did this layout. Our radiuses are 060, so I can't run the big boys and the Challengers. I had a Niagara, can't run that. I can't do those radiuses, 060 radiuses. So for me, I still have an MTH Challenger that I'm probably going to sell. It's my only shelf queen. I try to run everything I own. But yeah, the MTH stuff, I love it. It's affordable, relatively affordable, and readily available on the secondhand market as well. And now you got Atlas and MTH making Protosound 3 items, so it's really cool. Yeah, hey, I'm all about Conrail. Conrail is one of our favorites. Growing up, that's what we had around us, was Conrail and Chessie and a little bit of Norfolk Western. Yeah, Challenger's my favorite steam loco. I know everybody loves the big boy. It's pretty cool. I had a T1. I had an S1, a Lionel S1. That was cool. Couldn't run it, so I sold it. The Challenger, I had a Vision Line and an MTH Challenger. I kept the MTH. I sold the Lionel. Had a MTH PS3 Niagara. Actually, Clyde might still have that. I traded that into Clyde recently. I traded in a bunch of locos to him when I picked up my most recent locomotive purchase from him for some store credit. I got an MTH. Oh, David, cool. So, I think if you go to my Facebook profile, my name's Steve Woodruff. If you go to my Facebook profile, you can see what I have listed right now. And I think one of them was the gondola in the giveaway, so I gotta mark that sold. I think I have a flat car with an MTH flat car with some die-cast fire trucks on it. That might be all that I have for sale currently, but I plan on selling some of my locomotives here in the not too distant future. The collection's gotten a little bloated. It's a little too big. It's a little too much, and I don't like to shelve stuff if it's not getting run. So I will be selling some locomotives in the not too distant future. I've kind of been dragging my feet. You know how that sort of railroad hoarding problem goes, right? It can be tough to cut stuff loose because I only buy stuff that I love. It's very rare that I buy something that I don't like. So let's see here, scroll back down. I'm with the Train Masters of Babylon on Long Island. Hey, it's cool, Richard. Thanks for visiting us, with us from Long Island. So I'm guessing the Baby Train Masters of Babylon is that a club? I've never seen a Baby Train Master in real life. I've seen them in videos on YouTube. Pretty cool. Little shortened version of the Train Master. Oh, you volunteer at the Midwest America? Yeah. Hey, I saw that war bonnet, the Dash 8, BW, the 8-40 BW, BCW. Yeah, that thing was beautiful. And I guess it's going to be used. It's operational too, right? That thing's beautiful. Yeah, the Old Rock Island shops in Silvis. Yep, exactly. In fact, I just I showed Randy pictures of that locomotive last night, right before we went to bed. The 844 is that's a Northern, I think, isn't it? It's an FEF Northern, the UP 844. I think MTH is doing a run of those Northerns. I think they're pretty reasonably priced for a large frame loco. Awesome. Okay, cool. Yeah, we got some clubs around here. When we were at that 7.5 gauge club, the live steamer club, they were really putting the screws to Randy to join the club. He's like I have enough time, trouble finding time to enjoy the train layout in my basement. How am I going to drive an hour to the other side of Cleveland to play with trains that cost 20 grand? Oh yeah, that thing's gorgeous. I tell you what would be really cool is if you could get your hands on a GP60 and then pull some fast intermodals like the old days. They're like 65 miles an hour. Yeah, definitely keep your eyes open, Randy. I think I'm gonna do in the past when I've sold locos, I pretty much have done everything just through Facebook. When I have something kind of unique, I've made a couple videos. I had a UP weed sprayer set that I made some videos of, but I think this go around, it might be like 20 or 25 locomotives that I sell, because there's maybe a little bit of a locomotive hoarder issue going on here, but I don't think I'll sell them all at once. It would probably be 3 or 4 at a time, and I think I'd probably do videos as well as the Facebook. I think I'd like to give channel subscribers the first swing at anything I sell before I put it on Facebook and deal with all that nonsense that sometimes happens. Yeah, you're talking about the Centennials, Dr. Death, the biggins. Yeah, we were talking about those a couple weeks ago too, me and Randy. They still have one of those that's operational. Oh, they got you a GP39. Hey, GP39s are cool. Little 12-cylinder turbos, right? Don't see those too often. You could dog, get away. My brother's dog, her tail is like the whipping tail of death that never stops wagging, and she comes over here by the you can see the little shelves down here. Jeez. she knocks the trains with her tail. This dog's pure comedy, I swear to God. She's an American bully. It's about the sweetest little dog you'd ever want to meet. Yeah, I love GP39-2s. CSX had a bunch of those back in the day. I don't think they roster any more 39-2s, if I'm not mistaken. I've been out there in Lordstown and have driven past Larry's truck and electric. It's a sight to behold. It kind of hurts your heart a little bit. It's just like makes you hope that all those locomotives find some kind of life. It's amazing how many deadline locomotives are sitting out there. It's something. Yeah, there's still a DD40. There's one. And I think there's another one that's about to begin restoration. So there'll be two. Those things are hard because they're so enormous. I don't think you can just run those anywhere. They got to be on some seriously mainline track that has gentle curves. Like that's where they ran them, right in the Plains states. Union Pacific did. I think they'd have a hard time going through like the horseshoe curves in the world where those curves are pretty tight. I would like to see one in operation. I tried to catch the Alco PA, the nickel plate 190, when it came through Cleveland on its way up to Scranton last year, but the timing just didn't work out, and there was never any real way I was trying to track it, but I was in Columbus when it rolled through, so I wasn't able to catch it, unfortunately. Well, hey everybody, man, there's still 16 of you in the chat. I appreciate you hanging out, but I'm going to sign off. Again, if you're still in the chat and you're a winner, please email me. I've been getting the notifications from some of the people that they emailed me, so that's cool. Appreciate everybody joining us. Look forward to communicating with you guys all in the future as well. Anybody that is into trains is a friend of mine, a friend of Randy's. All right, everybody, I'm going to sign off. Everybody have a wonderful evening, and be safe for the rest of the week. Enjoy the upcoming holiday season, and if you haven't already, get out and vote. Do your civic duty and vote, whether you think it matters or not. Some people think the election's already decided, right? Whether you're right or left or right down the middle like I am, your voice matters. All right, man. Hey, peace out. All right, good night, everybody. You bet. Appreciate you. All righty, take care.